Yo, the Raider Nation, welcome to another episode of the Raider Nation's Weekly Wire. So, as you're looking right here to my side, this dude don't look like Chris. Why doesn't he look like Chris? Because Chris is in a well-deserved vacation. Chris is on a cruise or on his way to a cruise, I believe to Aruba somewhere. And of course, you know, I didn't want to leave the Raider Nation without any content. So I reached over, called my brother, MC Raider, and he is in the house today. The one, the only MC Raider. Mario, thanks for joining us today. How's everything with you, brother?
Everything's going good. I'm doing way better than the Raiders, that's for sure, but we're hanging in there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, man, you've been very, very busy as of late, you know, with all your content, with your comedy shows, you know, and you just been killing it, brother. I commend you for all the things that you've given the Raider Nation when it comes to content, you know, comedy. You know, it's been great. All I hear is positive things from the stuff that you put out there, and you know, I hope you continue as long as you can, as long as God gives you the ability to move. You know, continue doing that stuff, man. But yeah, man, you know, it's good stuff. But let's talk about what we're here to talk about, you know, the hard stuff, because we haven't had anything good to look forward to when it comes to our team. You know, we've had 2 consecutive losses. How are you feeling about this, Mario? You know, because I'm at a loss of words. I don't know anymore. I'm just kind of like, whatever. How are you feeling about our
you know, record? I mean, I'm pretty sure all the Raider fans, and when I mean true Raider fans, like the thousands and maybe millions of Raider fans in the world are probably feeling, because I mean, there's some Raider fans that don't even know who we're playing, and they're just calling themselves Raider fans. But us that were very, very involved with this Raider Nation, it's trying to find the right words, but it's hurtful, man. It hurts just because you get in an expectation of a team before the season starts, and it's been like this for a long time. But it's two different things. You know, with the last game, the Jaguars, the Raiders look good. They were out there fighting. They were out there. They were out there competing in all phases of the game. When offense, defense, special teams, everybody looked in sync. You know, obviously the better team won at the end, and it is what it is. But it didn't feel as bad as the other losses. You know, when you lose and you're like, what happened? Compared to this last game that we just had against the Broncos, it's a night and day situation.
It is,
but I feel very upset. You know, I feel upset just because you expect something different, and the outcome is just going. It looks like it's going from worse to worse. I can't find another word. It's just been bad.
Yeah. You know, and the thing is that there's no consistency. You know, even if we're like consistently bad, okay, you know, our team sucks. We're just bad. But then there's like you were mentioning the Jaguars game. You know, they gave us like some hope. Like, oh, wait a minute, you know, they're looking. Yeah, we lost the game, but it was at least a competition. They made it a game. So it's kind of like, okay, is this where they're starting to turn it around? You know, maybe we'll lose next week again, but you know, again they'll compete. But I did not see that yesterday.
Exactly. So that's where I'm getting at. I mean, that Jaguars game make you feel like, okay, Pete Carroll and company are structuring this team and putting it together. They showed us, but it has to be some kind of consistency, and it was total opposite the next game. And obviously, we're not like, yeah, we would imagine we win against the Jaguars. We're not expecting the Raiders to make it to the playoffs or Super Bowl bound, but at least a competitive team every week when they play, and you get wins here and there, and it just makes you feel good as a fan for your team. I know a lot of Raider fans are very hurt right now. All the traveling we do, all the stuff that we do for this team, and the outcome, it's starting to be a routine now all the time. So, I mean, it's a lot of stuff to get into.
Yeah, it definitely is. You know, and the only thing I think that, well, I don't know if you had heard, they fired the special teams coordinator.
Yeah.
Like, you know, because obviously special team, all facets of the team have been hurting, you know, but of course they always dish out the low man in the totem pole, you know, and of course it's going to be the special teams coordinator. You know, they're not going to touch Patrick Graham. They're not going to touch Chip Kelly. They're not going to touch Pete Carroll. So, you know, somebody's got to go. He was like the scapegoat, you know, I guess at this point. But do you see anything positive coming out of this firing?
I honestly don't, man. I mean, besides our kicker missing these field goals, which is still very strange, man. That's kind of strange. These field goals being, but when it comes to the, I did see penalties were for the kickoff returns and stuff like that, and a lot of things were like kind of wrong. But that's not the main thing why our team is not looking good. I mean, the offense looks like they don't know what they're doing. You know, it's like it's out of control.
Right.
They should have started there. I don't know. I really don't have an answer for the special teams why they fired him, but I don't know who fired him. That's another question. I don't know if it came from Pete Carroll and stuff, or it came from the higher management, because maybe that's like a sign, like, hey, we're gonna start firing people. You know, get your shit together and stuff like that.
You better, get your shit together, because if not, you're next.
Yeah, so you don't know where that came from.
I don't know, man. It's just it's so I don't want to call it surprising, but it is still frustrating, you know, because I do want to see our team do good. You know, I want to see us at least compete, not necessarily win, at least compete, show us some positivity, some reason we should be continuing to support the team, continuing to pay these outrageous fucking ticket prices, and doing everything that we do to support that organization. Because to be totally honest, at this point, everything that I do, I don't do it for the Raiders. I do it more for the Raider Nation, you know, because at the end of the day, man, our community is strong. Our community is huge. It's family, you know, and if a member of a family is having hard times, you don't just, you know, brush them away, say, nah, that's it, I can't deal with you anymore. You come together. And that's what I'm hoping to do, is just, you know, keep that incentive in being a member of the Raider Nation alive and well, and, you know, having the ability to enjoy ourselves as we know how to do, you know, because Raider Nation definitely shows up and shows out and has a really good time, you know, when parties happen and tailgates and all that stuff. But as far as the team, what do you think, like in your eyes, your perspective, you know, we're not football minds here, we're just Raider fans, but in your perspective, what do you think good changes would be for the Raiders to switch it around? I
mean, I've been saying for years that a team to get built needs some type of chemistry, and you just got to fight through these obstacles. You know, a lot of times, especially us Raider fans, we get so pissed off and we start just like, fire everyone, and that's what we want. But I think we need to be patient and really see if Mark Davis is not going to lose his patience and just fire everyone and then bring another regime in there and start from scratch. It's always difficult at the beginning. I think us as Raider fans, we get this notion of like, okay, we got Pete Carroll, he won a Super Bowl, he has all this experience, and we get super overhyped and excited for the season. But all these obstacles that start coming in, and you know, they want to build a team to his standards, you know, to the way he has. And I think we need to be patient. I mean, when you think about the head coach of the Detroit Lions, his first year with the Lions, they lost 10 games in a row. You know, people forget about that.
I think they won like 4 or 5, right?
Yeah, but they lost like 10 games in a row, and the next year they made the playoffs, you know? And then the year after that, they're here at the conference championship. So it's like, it takes a lot of patience. I was hearing a stat also on TV yesterday. Al Michaels said something like, since Al Madden left the Raiders in 1978, they've had 18 head coaches, you know.
Oh, I heard about that. Yeah.
Did you hear that? And then the Pittsburgh Steelers in the last 57 years, they've only had 3 head coaches. 3?
Yeah.
And look at them. Crazy. I mean, they're even on their bad years, they make the playoffs. They're consistent on something. So, I mean, something to look forward as a Raider fan. I mean, we can't lose our patience, but if we're going to fire the head coach, we're going to bring another new head coach, and we're going to start all over from scratch. And it's always going to be the same thing.
And see, that's definitely something I definitely agree with you. We definitely need some consistency within our leadership. The problem is that in comparisons, like comparing Mark to Al Davis was a football mind. He knew the game. So he knew, you know, what coaches can do what. Mark Davis is kind of like, well, okay, he seems like he knows his stuff, you know, he's listening to other people, and, you know, so, you know, it's he doesn't know. So I'm hoping that having Tom Brady will actually help him, because Tom Brady does have that football acumen, and I'm hoping he can steer him in the right direction.
Yeah, I hope so too. But I mean, how much are they going to take? And if they're going to, we just start losing all the games now. If you're going to look for the draft, or you're going to start cleaning house and start figuring something out, because at this point, moving forward, someone told me, and you know who he was. We were with him on Sunday for the Jaguars game, and he was talking about Mark Davis, and he mentioned to me, and he played for the Raiders, obviously, right? He mentioned to me how Mark Davis only focus on money, and not football. Yep. And what's gonna bring money into the game. And he said that he wouldn't be surprised if Mark Davis lets the season finish and then let go of Pete Carroll at the end of the season, let go of everybody else, and then bring in Deion Sanders and get his son over here, because that is going to make money, put money in Vegas, with Deion Sanders and everything. And that kind of makes sense. I'm like, what? That's crazy. If something like that happens, man.
Yeah, no, monetarily speaking, it definitely makes sense, because the way the Raiders, it seems that they've been working hasn't been to win games, but to fill seats. They build up the excitement in the offseason. They have an amazing marketing team that does that. Build the excitement. Oh, let's bring in this person, let's bring in that person, and they start hyping it up. Raider Nation gets all excited, but they are wrong for our team. And then once the season starts, after the first quarter of the season, we tank. We start sucking, and then we're back to where we started from. And what happens? They do it all over again the following year. And it's been going on for God knows how many years, Matt. But to be totally honest, in my eyes, Mark Davis, he's getting paid. That man is getting paid, win or lose. So for him, it's kind of like, But unfortunately, you have individuals like us, which are your pendejos over here, fucking waiting and hoping for a fucking winning season. But it's not happening, man. It is not happening.
No,
but, man.
And if you think about how it's been like this for years, it's the chemistry. It's not going to happen if you don't stick around with the same core for a minute. If you break the team apart all the time and trade players and new quarterbacks and new offensive coach and new everything, it's look at our defense, bro. Our defense looked incredible yesterday. Max Crosby and company and our whole defensive, like the Denver Broncos are 8-2 team now. They didn't know what the hell to do with the defense. Our defense was taking them over. And guess how long our defensive coach been with the Raiders now? Patrick Graham has been over there for 4 or 5 years already.
4 years?
Yeah, at least 4 years.
Yeah, because
so what I'm trying to say is
3 regimes already.
Yeah, but that's his defense. That core is there. The people that he got there, the chemistry he's built, that's his defense. He's not coming in to a new team. The players are coming into his thing. It's chemistry that he has.
Right.
And look at the difference.
He built
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and you know what? One thing I don't understand. I know that each coach has their way of coaching, the scheme that he likes to develop. But when you're coming into a team that is not rebuilding, don't you, at least in my mind, logically, don't you adapt to whatever you have to try and make it a winning season? Not necessarily try to implement, your ideology. It's like, it's my way or the highway. And nope, this guy sucks because he doesn't play my style. This guy sucks, he doesn't play my style. Let's bring this dude in, and it disrupts the whole chemistry of the team.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, I'm like, is it just that they're too big for their own good? They're too cocky for their own good, that they can't see that we need to get the situation organized and in order to make that transition and change to however it is that they want their winning ways to be.
Yeah, but also it doesn't take a rocket scientist to see what's going on. I mean, when you think about our offense, for example, look at Geno Smith. For some reason, he played better with one leg than two yesterday. When he was limping, he was playing better. It's like,
right.
Right. It just seems like to have Brock Bowers to have one touch all the way to the fourth quarter, and then maybe like the last Mickey Mouse plays, that's unacceptable. Your best guy, Brock Bowers, to have 3 touches the whole game, and that's your game plan. I mean, Genty gets in a groove, then you stop going with Genty, and then we self-inflict ourselves too with our. We could have been up 2 touchdowns were removed with Tucker getting back after he ran it, and we get that flag and stuff like that. So it's just little things that's not working. But it's just Chip Kelly, man. I don't know, man. His name, yeah, he's Chip Kelly, but he hasn't been in the league like this. And college and football is a whole different thing, man.
It is. It definitely is. It's a different monster when you think about it, because in college you have a variety of levels of players. You have the 1%ers that go to the NFL, but then you have the mediocre players, then you have your scholarship players, then it's just a mixture, right? So some players excel in those levels of football, but then when you're just playing with elite players, with the 1%, the best of the best in the NFL, they're not as good, because all the competition is elite, and they need that time to adjust to that, because before you're playing with mediocre players, now you're just playing with the best. You got to give them time, and you got to give them the reps. You can't just like Ashton, just like, okay, you were a number 1 pick, 6th overall, go produce. Like, he's never played at this level. He needs those reps. He needs to warm up. And I forgot who had mentioned that he is the kind of running back that the more reps you give him, the better he gets. But like you're mentioning, they'll give him a few reps and then boom, he disappears.
Yeah, it's making no sense.
And then give him a few reps here, then he disappears.
So I don't understand.
I don't know, man.
I don't understand. It's so obvious how our offense is playing, and that we're so predictable for the defenses to see what we're doing. And it's not
yeah, man.
I don't know, man. It's very disappointing. It's disappointing. We got the Cowboys up next, and they just experienced the tragedy. Rest in peace to that dude, family. But how do you think they're gonna come out and play against us?
You know what? At this point, I really don't know, man, because having a tragedy usually brings people together, and that could be a plus for them. As far as our team, beats the hell out of me. I have no fucking clue what Raider team is going to show up. Is it going to be, the team that played against the Jaguars? Is it going to be the team that played against Kansas City? Who is it going to be? Who knows? Mm-hmm. It's just frustrating, man. But but like I mentioned, at the end of the day, win, lose, or tie, Raiders till I die, man. That's definitely something that's certain.
That win, lose, or tie to change, man. To just lose.
Yeah, because that's we've been doing that a lot as of late. A lot of losing. But what do you think of the outcome of the Cowboy game?
I mean, I think the Raiders are still going to go out and play hard at home. They want to win. They're upset, obviously, for the last 2 games. Coming off a bye, you think about they played the Jaguars, their best game ever. Geno Smith had 4 touchdowns, and they look good coming off the bye. And then we lose that game, and then, okay, get ready for Broncos. And that one our defense kept us in the game the whole time. We lost 10-7. So, I mean, Raiders are playing good. We just can't produce, and we cannot score with Geno Smith's offense right now. When we play the Cowboys, I feel like the Cowboys are going to come to win for their guy who passed, and they're going to be, that's going to be their rally. And I think the Raiders, I think the Raiders are going to play hard, man. I mean, they don't want to get embarrassed, especially with a big game like that,
Yeah, because that's our big one, I think, this season, right? Because KC's kind of like whatever now, all the division teams. This seems to be like the headliner, I guess you call it, of season. But yeah, man, I truly hope that the Raiders do bring it, especially because of our rivalry with the Cowboys. Because if we don't win this bad boy, man, it's gonna be loud in social media,
especially for me.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. It's gonna be loud as hell. They'd be like, "Hey, fool, what was all that shit you were saying?" But
yeah,
no,
man,
it's definitely still gonna be a good game.
Yeah, I just hope the Raiders come on and play, and even if we lose again, just and you kind of give us the game to get into the Jaguars. Make it an interesting game, chance to win.
Yeah.
But I can just imagine the locker room right now.
They're like, let me go cash my check and get the hell out of here.
Must have been a quiet ass plane ride back home.
Shit, huh? Hey, let me ask you. Do you think that they'll switch quarterbacks for the Cowboy game?
No.
To AOC? No, you think they'll still keep Gino?
I mean, Gino was there one leg, and Pete Carroll was allowing that, And he said something in the press conference that Gino wanted to go out there and finish the game with his guys. So why not give Pickett a chance when he was already he went in there? They took the first play. They tell him to pass the ball, just to get it over with. I mean to run the ball. Maybe that could have sparked up the team and throw some different routes with Pickett. But now they kept Gino back in there. So
and then the funny thing about it is, it's a 3-point game. It's not like this game's lost. You're down by fucking 4 scores. There's still a possibility of winning. And you're just kind of nah, just let them stay.
It was 4 minutes and 30 seconds for us to tie the game with the field goal, and we missed it.
Right. And Raider Nation, don't forget, every week here, Raider Nation's Weekly Wire. Also, don't forget Raider Nation Roll Call. I have a new episode coming out next week. It's an interview with Lorenzo from Raider Crusaders. We're going to be talking about the LA Takeover. And then I believe another Stogie Nation episode coming out. I had the pleasure of attending a cigar release party for Cubana Tabaco and Cubana Puros about a month ago. So, check that out. It should be dropping soon. And, obviously keep on the lookout for MC Raider. He's going to be somewhere in Southern California performing or on social media, creating comedy for you, Raider Nation. So again, thanks for dropping by. Like, subscribe, follow. And don't forget that everything we do is for the nation, by the nation. Raider, let's go!